You're listening to Turi Writers' She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, have you ever been stuck in some kind of bad karma loop? Marcy notices that we seem to be in one, and getting out of it may be worse than staying where we are.
Yeah.
No glasses.
I just took them off because I was sweating.
Oh.
It's hot in here.
I know I had to, I think I took 3 showers today.
Oh, God.
The third one was at the pool, which leads me to my question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I would run them all over with my car if I could and not even stop to see if they're okay, and 10 being these are the most lovely people on the planet. We should warm them at our bosoms and see to their every need. On that scale, old people.
Oh, man. Why you gotta ask me that? I think I am an old people, but I'm not an annoying old people. But I can't answer that because then I'd be like running over myself.
No, you're not these old people.
I'm pretty intolerant, I must say.
Well, but
I'm trying to get better because, well, today as I was like weaving between traffic on 64 trying to get home, among the old people going 40 on a 70.
That's right. It's Arizona in the summer tourist season. That's right.
Yeah, yes. And I was driving Clifford, the big red truck, and I could have run over them all, yet I did not.
Missed
So
your
I guess
chance.
that answers your question.
You missed your chance. Okay, well, that would put you somewhere, what, around a 5?
Technically, how old is old people?
Old people, it's not so much an age, it's an attitude.
Okay.
It's
Kill them all.
It's the attitude of, I'm just going to do whatever I want because I'm old and the world can just figure out how to get around me.
Entitlement.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I've made
it.
I've made it this far, so y'all. That's yeah. So the pool is where I run into them the most.
I figure. I run into them the most trying to get anywhere out here, except for the dirt roads. Old people do not drive on the dirt roads because they don't like their Cadillacs and their Range Rovers to get dirty.
Oh, that's a relief.
Or their Teslas.
So you can avoid them.
Exactly.
You have what I believe is now called a safe space. Well,
yes.
The pool, the city's public park system is basically hobbling around like a Gary Larson cartoon of those frogs on crutches outside the Frog Leg restaurant. That's kind of how the city of Chicago is functioning right about now. They managed to get the city pool open, sort of. The pool's beautiful, but those of us who are used to having ample opportunity to swim laps every day are now reduced to some kind of Darwinian clawing each other's caps off in order to find a square foot to swim in. And mostly people handle it very courteously, except for the old people. So
can I ask why nobody swims in the lake?
No lane line, no chlorine.
Pussies. Oh, I can't say that.
Yes, you can. No lane line, no chlorine. Yeah, I like the pool. So I love the smell. I'm like that line in the what is that movie? I am getting
I'm
old.
so old I can't remember.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Vietnam War movie. No.
Anyway, never mind. Doesn't even matter.
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I love the smell of chlorine in the morning. It's horrible how glad I am that we remembered that.
Exactly.
Anyway, so the lanes are divided slow, medium, fast. The entire slow lane, and this is true, this has been true all summer. They're so old, they've got those swim caps with little rubber flowers stuck all over them. You remember those? From like Miami Beach in the 60s?
My mom had one of those, I think, back in the 60s.
Yeah, so you don't wreck your washing set. You put your hair under there, and then you swim with your head above the water. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of them have those, and I don't think they're repros. These are their original wash and set swim caps from 1963 when they were cute. And they don't swim laps. They stand all over the slow lane. So that's 2 lanes out of commission, is the old ladies standing. I swear to you, I showed up at the just desperate to get any kind of swim in when it wasn't even the lap swim, when it was the adult swim. And this was what they did for 45 minutes. They hung on to the side of the pool and talked. The deep end. I don't know. Maybe
I have an idea for you.
Wait, I'm not done. Maybe they figure that gives them exercise. So that's 2 lanes out of commission.
Okay.
And then in the corner by where the disability access ramp is, there are some people, really cute little possibly foreign exchange students, which I deduced later when they seemed to feel that lap swimming involved just swimming across under the buoys of all 4 lanes, running into people and going, sorry. And after I about killed one of them, and the guards, like, it's their last day of lap swim, and they're not real guards anyway, and they could give a rat's patootie. So that now the middle is where the fast lane is, and some guy whose stomach would stick out further than his private part would if it were enhanced, and I don't think he's been able to do that in decades. His belly overhangs his suit by a good 2 feet, and his idea of exercise is to simply stand at the end where people turn around in the middle of the fast lane. That's him.
Push off him. Push off him.
And I actually said, excuse me, it's like, oh, that's all right. I'm like thinking, no, it's really not all right. And I should decide that because I'm the one that's swimming. And then there's another possibly foreign exchange student who swims a lap and gets to the other end and then kind of like admires the acoustic tile on the ceiling of the pool, which you wouldn't think is any big novelty, but maybe in whatever country they came from, acoustic tile is some rare phenomenon. Then in the medium lane, I don't know what was going on over there. I just know that there was some kind of fracas because some 2 old people apparently got into it. And I'm sorry I missed it because it sounds like they were not happy with each other. So it was the worst. It was the worst swim that I had ever had in that pool. And I just thought to myself, Turi, can't you come up with a little bit of tolerance? And then I thought, no, I can't. No,
I know you can't. Here's my idea. This is how you fight back. Is this pool blue?
Sure.
Okay. So you need like a blue ninja suit made out of rubber that will match the bottom of the pool. And you jump in and you just start knocking their feet out from under them as you go.
Oh, the appeal of that.
Wouldn't that be awesome? And you just need a little pipe that sticks up so you can breathe.
You have to stick up quite a ways for those geezers in the deep end.
Now, you had this problem last year, too. And it seems like both of us are kind of in a loop right now.
With the old people?
With just stuff happening.
Like Groundhog Day kind of bad karma over and over again?
Yes, a loop.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm back to battling a goat in the house. And I think it's been last summer since for some reason he quit coming in. And now he's just walking through the dog door straight through into the great room and mowing down on the tree that's in there, which is the one plant that I've ever been able to grow in my entire life.
I think it's been more than a year since. Is this Kevin the goat?
No, Kevin can't fit through it.
It's the dude?
It's the dude who's smaller. And yeah, he hasn't come through for a really long time. And then all of a sudden the other day, I noticed him looking at me through the sliding glass. And he was gazing lovingly at that indoor tree tropical plant thing that almost hits the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And I shut the curtain. So
they'll show you.
Minutes later, kaboom. Yeah, now we have to watch for him all the time.
How did they end Groundhog Day? I can't remember. And this is a spoiler for anyone, the 5 people in the world who haven't seen Groundhog Day. How did they get out of it? Didn't he have to decide to be a better human being or something?
Probably. I don't know. I always mix it up with Apocalypse Now.
Here's the problem. If I can only get out of this by being a better human being, and you can only get out of this by being a better human being,
or eating goat,
we're just fucked. That's it. We're doomed. So it's nice talking to you. Nice talking to you.
I even try to make friends saving banana peels. So I always forget that they like those and I throw them out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been feeding him banana peels right and left the last couple of days. Gave him some watermelon. Nope. He wants that tree. And that tree, Eve bought it for Frankie for Father's Day. Like, it seems like a million years ago. I mean, we've had it at least 10 years, and it was just little in a pot. And now it's to the ceiling, and we have high ceilings. But that goat wants this tree.
You could put on an alfalfa-covered ninja suit.
I told Frankie I'm getting hungry for gyros. Isn't that goat or is that lamb?
It can be.
I don't know.
It's the rotating spit meat. You can have all kinds of meat on there.
Spit meat.
Yeah, rotating on a spit. I've never found that an attractive term, by the way.
Yeah.
There are all kinds of names that just don't translate at all.
Yeah, spit meat is one.
Spit meat is one. I growled at somebody today. One of the little girl who kept popping up, like she may be 15. She's very petite, very pretty.
Why didn't you just hold her head underwater?
I wanted to, but the first time she's like, "Oh, sorry," and then the second time, I said something to the guard, and nothing really happened. And then the third time, she like hanging on the thing in the middle of the lane, and I said, "This is lap swim," and she looked at me puzzled. And then her adult theoretical minder pops up and says, "Well, she's swimming laps." I said, "Well, she just banged into 2 people and she's hanging on the rope. So no, I don't think so." Yeah. That's a weird one. When people used to point out that my kids or any kid that I was responsible for had misbehaved. And again, we're in this Groundhog Day thing. Well, my response was, I'll deal with it. And then I take the kid aside and go, okay, what did you do? What's the problem here? What'd you do? I don't.
Yeah, people don't do that anymore.
No, they tell you to back them off. It's what they tell you to do. And I don't know who those people are personally, but if I know any of them as friends, I'm crossing them off my list right now.
I'm going to wear my suit that matches dirt or wherever they are. I'm going to have a whole bunch of suits lined up in the closet, one for water, one for dirt. You know, so I can look like the creature from the Black Lagoon, but in many different colors.
Yeah, very good idea.
Just start tripping everybody. Just stick out my foot or a very long tail and just trip them all up.
You want to know how bad your karma is? I will tell you how bad your karma is if you try that. I just know what will happen if you do that and you actually trip somebody and they actually fall. Here's what will happen. They'll be in front of you in the urgent care and you'll have to wait.
True.
You'll have to wait behind them. It'll be a completely unrelated thing. They'll never know it's you, but you'll know it's them, and you'll be sitting there in the urgent care for hours while it's their turn. All of their turns. One in the water, one in the dirt, one in the alfalfa. They'll be
I might be in my urgent care camouflage suit. Who knows?
You win.
I can walk right past
you. You win. I cry uncle. Assuming you've come this far because you enjoy the podcast, may we recommend my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. It's available at your neighborhood bookstore or on Amazon. And if you're feeling especially generous, please leave the podcast a good review. Thanks.